I've sold over $5 million on Amazon, and a lot of people think you need super expensive tools and a ton of money to get started. But I know that's definitely not true because I started with just over $1,000. And if you're watching this video, you know it's important to value every dollar that you put into your business. So I want to show you all of the completely free tools that I use in my Amazon FBA business. Steal this list and use it for yourself. This is probably going to be a quicker video here today, but this is super important if you want to maximize all of the money you're putting into your business. So let's just get started. I'll show you these free tools here, right? So the first one that I want to show you and show you why it's important is a free tool that SellerAmp actually created. So it's called SellerAmp QVS. It's a completely free Chrome extension. Make sure you have it downloaded. And the reason why I've liked using it is when I search for a specific brand, so like Stafford, for example, is a brand I've been using as an example lately, I can see that it's fairly arbitrage friendly right away. So I see that there is a good amount of resellers on these listings. So I can see there's 11 sellers on this listing, there's 11 on this one. You can see actually there's 11 on a ton of these listings, right? So that shows me that it is a very reseller friendly brand. If I compare that to a brand that some of you guys have been around for a while, you probably recognize this brand, you probably miss being able to sling a bunch of this here. But if I search for Balance of Nature, you can see that it's showing one seller. Basically all of these have only one seller. And that is super useful because I can just quickly eyeball the different brands that I'm searching for to figure out basically how reseller friendly is it, and using some of the free tools that we're going to show off in terms of finding sales, figuring out the best places to buy inventory that day. It's really powerful when you combine that with what brands are on sale. Oh, I've never heard of that brand before. Let me plug it in. All these only have one FBA seller. So it's probably usually sold by the brand themselves, or they have an exclusive contract with somebody. So in this case, it would be something you'd want to avoid, and we can very quickly eyeball that. Another thing that's useful with QVS here is when I mouse over like the variants icon on the QVS extension there, I can see all of the different versions of the products. So if I'm looking for, let's say in this case, a specific color of these right here, I can see all of the different colors that are on this listing without having to click through. So that saves me a bunch of time in clicking back and forth, opening up listings, waiting for things to load. Every time you can save a second or two. It doesn't sound like much at the beginning, but that stuff seriously adds up. And that's how you're able to build a really awesome long-term business, is being as efficient as possible. So free Chrome extension, make sure you take advantage of that right there. And I want to show you another just like example of a product here to show you why other free tools are going to be so important for creating profit. A lot of people expect when they first start selling on Amazon that they're going to be able to look at items on sale. For example, this is 15 bucks on a Black Friday deal and it is $33 on Amazon, but that's not quite profitable after sales tax and shipping and all that kind of stuff that I have baked into my SellerAmp. But once we use some free resources here, we're going to be able to make this product that isn't quite profitable into an item that is profitable, right? So one really big thing you need to think about when you're selling on Amazon is that good items aren't typically found profitable, they're made profitable. And the first thing we can do to make this item profitable is by checking the best cashback rates of the day. So this is a free tool. I want you guys to make sure you have this bookmark, that kind of thing. It's called Cashback Monitor. And then I'm just going to search like JCPenney because that's where we were sourcing this from. And we can see perfect. So the highest cashback rate of the day is 4.5%. These are all free websites to use as well. You typically just sign up with your email. These companies make money by acting as like a referral. So they get to take credit for helping JCPenney make a sale. In our case, we can just go to whoever is offering us the most cash back that they're basically sharing with us. So today we can see that Flooz is the highest cashback rate, right? Some of these other websites, let's take a look at Ulta, for example, right? So I can have a different highest cashback portal. So if you're only using one particular cashback provider, you're probably missing out on some cashback, right? So this is 3% right there. For using top cashback at Ulta, we could have doubled that amount of cashback. Make sure that you're checking that highest cashback rate. So for example, on this item, we can squeeze a little bit extra profit out of there and maybe that makes it worth it to you. Personally, I don't like to include cashback in my overall margin though. And that's where another completely free margin boosting tool comes into play. And this is something that I definitely do include in my profit margin because it's guaranteed. That thing is going to be discounted gift cards. So I go to cardbear.com. This is basically a website that lists a bunch of trusted marketplaces that sell discounted gift cards. And then I can go in here and check out whoever has the highest discount rate for the day. So looks like Card Depot has some pretty good rates, pulling 15%. Okay, so if we buy $100 gift cards right there, we only end up paying $85 for them. We can also look at GCX is the marketplace that I tend to buy a lot from. There's also gift cards through the Top Cashback gift card store. I like that one because it's one of these where you can enter any custom amount. So let's say you don't want to have a bunch of like gift card balances floating around. You can go in here and punch in exactly $417 or whatever it is, and you spend only that. You're not having to worry about extra money floating around. That is definitely something to take advantage of there. But even here, we can buy a $250 gift card for 13.5% off. Whenever you buy these gift cards, it'll just send it to the email, basically your account that you make with these different gift card marketplaces. And so immediately we bake in an extra 13% into our profit margin, right? So if we're looking at this item right here, and we can immediately guarantee ourselves that we're going to save 13%. So I like to do times 0.87, basically the math of getting 13% off there. And now that makes that item where it wasn't quite profitable. I usually like to look for at least 35% ROI. Now it's pretty good, right? It's a 50% ROI. It's very solid profit per unit. And that's much more interesting item to me. So make sure you're taking advantage of those free margin boosters there. Another completely free way that you're going to be able to add extra margin into your business is just by using your email. So a lot of websites will have something like this where we can sign up for your email and get X% off. And obviously it's free to punch in your email and get that discount code. And a lot of people don't realize that, let's say your name is Sarah or something, got sarah@gmail.com. If you punch that email in the first time, great, sign up. I'm going to get that 10% code. If you try it again, usually it's not going to resend because it says, hey, you're already in the system. We don't want to send you another discount. But if we go ahead and add a plus and then whatever you want, like I'll just spam the keyboard usually, and it will go ahead and redirect this email to whatever is before that plus sign. So hopefully that makes sense, but literally just plus whatever you want, make it your normal Gmail address, and then we can infinitely create these 10% off coupon codes as well. So that's another really valuable one. Sometimes that 10% can make or break an item, and especially when it's infinitely repeatable, stacked on top of maybe another clearance that's going on or a sale, that kind of thing, that can become really powerful. And so yeah, like for example, I'm not sure if JCPenney has one. Yeah, it doesn't seem they do. A lot of times it might be like a pop-up as well. So keep an eye out for any like pop-ups that show up on the actual web page when you're pulling up items. But that's another free way to add some extra profit into your Amazon business. So I also want to talk about a couple free Chrome extensions that I use to manage my business and basically find some extra sales. So Session Buddy is one of those free tools that's really helpful. I can go on here and just basically save different folders of websites that I've looked at, save different sessions, that kind of thing. And for example, you can just create a list of a bunch of websites that you like to look at. And a lot of times the best sales, they might send you an email, that kind of thing. They're also going to be on the homepage though as well. A lot of the best items that I've bought, the sale was like only showing up on their website. So especially this time of year during the holidays, that kind of thing, where everything's on sale basically, we can just go ahead and click through to these different websites and see, oh, we got some new arrivals for up to 60% off. That's a pretty good sale right there. Or you're checking out iHerb, for example. Awesome. We got 22% off all supplements, right? So I like to start my day just by popping open a bunch of websites, checking the top homepages, seeing what they got going on. And this just helps me not forget any of my favorite websites, basically, have it all in one place. You can also like bulk open all in one window, which is pretty helpful as well. And that also takes me to the next step of the process as far as looking for discounts and items to buy, that kind of thing. Just spend a couple minutes before you start diving in, like figure out what's on sale, figure out what coupons might be floating around. And that's where a free Chrome extension called Capital One Shopping comes into play. So I just click it up here up top and it shows me, hey, there's 7 coupon codes on this website today. So I can see, oh, there's 20% off the supplements, 20% off a grocery brand there. So I can just see at a quick glance what's on sale, what might have a coupon going on. And a lot of times I've found that Capital One Shopping has been my favorite of the free Chrome extensions out there, because I've seen some like employee codes, some sorry we messed up type codes where the discount's really good. Anytime you're checking out, just make sure you're running Capital One Shopping through that item, and you might be able to boost your margin a little bit there as well. So Session Buddy's good for just like finding those home pages there, and then Capital One Shopping for finding coupon codes. And then later down the line, you're going to want to start outsourcing a lot of things in your business. So this is just a quick thing I'll mention, but I use Loom as a free way to communicate with my team, record a lot of the things that I'm doing within my business. Whenever I find a new way that I like to source products, I'll make a Loom video, send it out to my team. Anybody asks a question, I'll put it on Loom, that kind of thing. And that makes it really easy to add that into your training. Whenever you have new employees coming on, it's a really easy way to make free videos for your team, basically. So it's just another free Chrome extension. You might not be quite ready for that if you don't have employees yet, but it never hurts to start documenting what you're doing in your business so that one day when you want to turn it into a real business and you've got people doing a lot of the work for you, something like this will help you communicate your ideas, communicate how you like to do things. And Loom's basically how I like to take videos and that kind of thing. So take full advantage of all those free tools. I see a lot of new sellers hopping in and they buy super expensive software that's hundreds of dollars a month and it's just overkill. When you're jumping in, make sure you use all those free tools. And then the only paid ones you'll actually need are SellerAmp, Boxum, and Keepa. SellerAmp and Keepa are how you'll source all your products, and then Boxum is how you do listing, track your analytics, ship products off to Amazon FBA, all that good stuff. And a lot of the other stuff later down the line is just gravy. Maybe get a repricer once you're making some sales. But if you're a new seller trying to save that budget, don't go buy the $100, $200 a month software, that kind of thing. A lot of those are unnecessary in the early days. But if you found value in this video, please feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. Help me out for sharing some free value with you. Also, let me know if you have questions, comments, anything like that. Always happy to chat with you guys down below in the comment section. But I really appreciate you watching this video. And if you want to see my full process for sourcing profitable items, go ahead and click this video right here.